his corner. They said 2 more rounds. This girl doesn't want anymore. Just keep pushing her back and throwing your shots.
A little pirouette there from Vargas.
The referee had to say stop spinning around.
We saw the jabs landed 65-5 in favor of
All
Sky
right,
Nicholson.
we
That's been the
are
case for
live.
most
We
of Sky's fight.
are
That jab is your
live.
best weapon.
We're going to get this thing slow rolling.
You gotta like Vargas's heart, though. I mean, it's like the Energizer Bunny in there.
Get this thing set.
Now she's not going to stop, but she just doesn't have the right kind
All right,
of
boom.
Offensive arsenal to do anything with Sky.
All right.
He's going to get hit. That
All
mess is
right.
going to get Sky with. Sky's going to walk into.
There you go. There we go. All right, we in this thing.
There's another one right there. Didn't land as hard as the other one, but those are clean shots to the chin.
Hands are free, ladies. Hands are free. Watch your hands. Watch the hands.
30 seconds to go here in round number 9. The native of Australia has had little to no problems at all with Diana Vargas.
All right. Let's see what we're working with here.
What are you going to do?
All right, there you go.
I mean, you said it earlier. That's a matador right there. Yeah, beautiful.
Well, Vargas is good at mean mugging. Let's say that.
I would, if I was.
All right, we're going to get this thing on the roll. I'm already late to live streaming, but we're going to get this thing rolling. All right, we got Jaron Ennis. I am peeking like crazy. All right, we got Jaron Ennis. There you go. Jaron Ennis versus David.
Wake up. Let's go. Let's go. We got to work hard. You got to keep digging that body.
All right.
This is the 10th and final round.
10th in the final round. I don't even know who these are. No.
She could fight another 20 rounds. Vargas.
She may be fired up, Sean, but she's being extinguished by Nicholson.
Oh.
Vargas is like, man, just fight me for 30 seconds in the ring, please. Let's just brawl for a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the other side of that, if you are Sky and you just choose the box, you really need somebody who's doing exactly what Vargas is doing. Keep going at her, keep making it exciting, because it's exciting when Sky is able to move and land at the same time.
Looks like a cut under the left eye now of Vargas.
That's one thing I like about women's boxing. Women boxing is a lot more intense than a lot of people get credit for.
Sky in the Olympic Games in 2021, and it was she did exactly.
Oh, good one too. Oh my God.
It was fun to commentate her, just seeing how clean she keeps a fight. She's doing the same
Make sure
thing
everything is everything.
There's an uppercut right there. I was asking for that earlier. If she would land that earlier, it would have more impact because Vargas was getting really aggressive.
Oh my
There's
God.
a left hand from Sky. Let's see more of that.
Well, women boxing.
Hopefully see more uppercuts. That was a nice, clean uppercut that's been...
Women boxing don't get a lot of credit as it should be. Women boxing is really low-key lit.
I love seeing when Southpaw step back and throw that left uppercut and picking up their opponents. It's something you have to work in sparring. Look, right there, she could have done it. Anytime your opponent falls off guard, they're going to be vulnerable to an uppercut from that Southpaw angle. Nicholson has the athleticism, the footwork to be able to do just that.
Yeah. Something she needs to add to the resume, the reservoir. Something that she can go to in a moment like this.
Oh, wow.
Bag of tools, right?
Yes, sir.
Especially the Southpaw bag of tools, because they got a little bit more tools in that box than the old box fighter. She started the fight smiling.
All right. I don't know which fight is that. Let me figure out which fight. Bro, I am all out of whack when it comes to streaming. I haven't streamed in like, I don't even know how long. Let me look at this undercard. How many fights before we got to the main event? And we're going to be doing the, we definitely going to be doing, man, my stuff is peaking right now. We're definitely going to be doing the UFC as well. We're going to get best of both worlds today, boy. But, yeah, women's boxing don't get a lot of credit. They don't get a lot of credit because a lot of people, it's sexist. A lot of things are sexist. But women, they really be holding it down for boxing. I'm going to go ahead and change this name. We're going to do that. Before people come in and be like, man, you got the wrong one up. So what? Oh, Flow Grappling is on. It's too much to freaking look up. Let me go ahead and do this damn thing before. People gonna be like, but you ain't even on the right thing, man. Shut the hell up. Streaming, being a content creator takes time. A lot of this stuff is like trial and error.
The only thing more impressive than a knockout in boxing is pitching a shutout. 100 to 90. That's a no-hitter for Sky Nicholson.
And really, I don't think she got hit in that fight. It was a no-hitter. Her defense is impeccable, Sean. Offensively, the jab is perfect. But what would you like to see from Sky next time?
Sure, I wanted to see 12-0 and 2 KOs on the next one. That's what I want to see. I want to see her sit down on that left hand. I like what Sergio said. Moving forward, start trying to figure out how to land the uppercut. Most of the girls she's going to be in the ring with aren't going to be as tall as her, and they're going to be stalking her. They're going to be right in position for that uppercut, right, Sergio?
Absolutely, but she needs to work out in the gym. It has rhythm and timing, stepping back and countering with that uppercut.
Chris Mannix is with the champ.
Sky, congratulations. In your title win, you came one round from getting a complete shutout. You pitch a shutout in your first title defense. Are you happy with that performance?
Yeah, very happy. I think I showed a little bit more spite, showed a little bit more I could do.
All right, we're good.
Loved the atmosphere and had a lot of fun in there.
You knew Vargas was a come-forward type of fighter. What were you looking for throughout this fight?
Really early on, she wasn't as aggressive as we'd kind of prepared for and expected, but I definitely wanted to keep my shape, pick my shots, and go through the gears as we went through the fight, and I feel like I stuck to that plan.
You were operating largely behind that jab for the first 3 or 4 rounds. Then the 5th and 6th round, started to pick it up, started to throw that left hand a little bit more. Was there something you decided on coming out of the corner?
I'll be honest, my lead hand was getting a little bit sore from all the jabs I was landing, so I had to start throwing the left hand, but it forced me to do more, so it was a
trash talk.
You're still a young fighter in your pro career. Do you feel like you're still improving even after winning this title?
That's what I want to see. I want to see.
Very happy. I think I showed a little bit more spite, showed a little bit more I could.
Want the other 3 pieces of that 126-pound crown, the woman that has them a little occupied for the moment. With those titles tied up, what do you want to do next?
Yeah, I'm not even bothering with those other 3 belts right now. There's absolutely no interest from her, so I think there's huge, great fights to be made in the featherweight division without her. So Raven Chapman, Tiara Brown, I want the smoke. Let's go.
Congratulations, Sky.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right. I haven't seen or watched that fight into its totality, but I can assure you this. One of the most toughest and easiest styles of fighting to fight is a straightforward kind of fighter. All right. But it could be really difficult when gauging how to fight these type of fighters, bro. Straightforward fighters. I remember when I first started boxing, I was telling my coach, man, I want to be a straightforward, Mike Tyson, very aggressive fighter. My coach looked at me and said, that style played out. You ain't gonna last long in this business. That's the first time. That's only and every time he said anything about business related to boxing. Because at first I just thought boxing was boxing. Everything sorted itself out. But all right, there you go. I can be able to do something with this. But that was the first time he ever mentioned anything about the boxing side of things. So I never paid much attention to it. But I was telling him I want to be a straightforward kind of fighter. I want to come straight. I don't want to be in your chest. He told me, listen, that style of fighting is dead. That fighting right there is dead. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be that type of fighter, you're going to be that type of style, you need to understand what each and everything comes with it, which I'm actually working on the video right now and related to the straightforward type of style. But nevertheless, that style of fighting right now, it could be really good or really bad. It really depends on the matchup. You probably have a boxer versus a straightforward fighter. Oh, sometimes they'll put up a straightforward fighter versus another straightforward fighter. They're gonna make an excellent fight. But nevertheless, I digress. That style of fighting right there is some of the easiest and hardest styles of fighting to fight, especially if you're not accustomed to a lot of pressure, bro. And if you're not in shape, because you will get ran out the ring. If you don't know what ran out the ring is, do your homework. All right, we're going to make this switch over to UFC because my name is KTE Fighting. We going to cover any and everything. All right.
Safe to say her stock will...
We're going to make sure we're going to get everything. We're going to make sure we get everybody what they want.
Fiori. Ooh, Red Bull.
We cheer on the Reds while cheering out our motherlands and each other's lands. Cheers to us. Cheers to the game.
The Infiniti QX60 exemplifies modern luxury with powerful SUV performance, 3 rows of comfort,
a month, or a new
and a
Honda
sleek
Accord for
yet
just $88 a month. Plus, don't miss our used car sales event happening now at Honda of South Miami. A member of Morgan
right, let me go and,
Florida's largest automotive
this
retailer. When you make it Honda of South Miami,
We make it happen.
Be smart, drive south.
Check out ESPN's MMA show. It's Good Guy, Bad Guy with Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen. Watch on YouTube, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and listen wherever you get your podcast. DC and Chael every Monday and Thursday. Don't miss it. These flyweights go the distance. Here's Joe.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see it. 30-27.
Oh, a
Your
shutout.
winner by unanimous decision, Jasmine Jasavician!
Nice. Bro, it's nothing like a shutout in any professional sport, combat sport. A shutout essentially means you beat the hell out your opponent.
Tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I grappled her, so that was kind of like the game plan a little bit. Yeah, I'm like still working on my striking. Hey, shut up, Goose! Suck it, man!
Jasmine, you talked about You talk about coming in here and, you know, she took this fight on short notice, but you ultimately had to change an opponent. How much did that affect the game plan, the strategy, if at all, coming in here this evening?
Yeah, it sucks. I was getting ready for top 10 chick and then got a debuter, but you know I'm here to fight. Hey, those boos sound like boos, baby! Woo!
And how was it here in Denver? Obviously up at elevation, you talked about sleeping in an elevation tent. How did everything, like you talked about the elevation tent and preparing for elevation, ultimately here in Denver, how did it feel fighting at elevation?
It was weird, but you know, Denver's cool. I came out like 2 weeks early, so I got to see the city. You know, got to do it, hike the mountains and stuff like that. But yeah.
Well, congratulations. Listen, you earned that victory. Enjoy it. Jasmine Jastovicius, everyone. Come on.
Like I said,
24, 2 teams giving it everything.
A shutout in any type of combat sports is essentially you just beating their ass. And anybody will tell you in the sport of boxing, MMA, or anything, any combat sport that is, they would rather get knocked out versus taking a beating for 5-minute rounds or 6-minute rounds or whatever. 5-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds. I'd rather go ahead and get knocked out cold and versus getting beat for the for the majority of the fight. Yeah, so I would rather much not do that.
I don't always see the punches. I mean, that came from a completely different stance that she started in, and that's why these things connect for her. And as she moves on, sometimes she gets put, her back gets taken, she gets...
Might be one.
The Riyadh season lands in Los Angeles for one of its anticipated events, which will feature Madrimov versus Crawford for the WBA Super Welterweight title August 3rd. Then Riyadh season moves to Wembley Stadium September 21st. Will feature an all-British heavyweight clash.
I'm so glad that Terrence Crawford is finally getting the recognition that he solely deserves. And what's so crazy is Terrence Crawford has always been that guy. People just didn't believe in him.
Vincent WBC lightweight champion. This has been a heck of a week for you, Shakur. You successfully defend your title on Saturday, and then you spent the rest of the week taking on everybody else on social media, from former fighters to rappers. What's this week been like for you?
It's been fun. I've just been having fun with it. A lot of people want to criticize me and give their opinion on me. So I just felt the need to explain how I really felt about people too. So former fighters, guys that really don't know much about the sport, they just was in the sport, and I love talking crap to them too.
You know, you've mentioned that even though some people didn't like your last fight, every promoter is after you now that you're a free agent. We know you've had some conversations with Golden Boy. You're here tonight at a Matchroom show. What have those conversations been like for you this week?
It's lovely. I love seeing that everybody is out after me, and I haven't really made no decisions yet. I can't wait to go sit at them tables and talk to them and see who got the best options for me, whoever got the best setup for me, and let's see where we go from there.
So when you say best options, what are you looking for in a contract with your next promoter?
Big fights. I want big fights. There's a lot of big name fighters out there, Williams, Zepeda, Javante Davis, Lomachenko. I want the biggest and best fights available.
I think everybody watching on DAZN would love to see you and William Zepeda get in the ring. Give me your assessment of him, because he's a rising star at 135.
Hell of a fighter. I don't even think that I've been in the ring in my professional career with a fighter like that. He throws a bunch of punches. He's great with his own style, but a guy like that will bring the best out of me.
We know you're close with Terrence Crawford. He's fighting on DAZN in a couple of weeks on a Saudi Arabian card, Riyadh season in Los Angeles. Is it possible we could see you on a Saudi card sometime this year?
I would love it. I think that it'll be amazing to make it happen. Like I said, I want to sit at the table and see who's the best available options for me. But next time we there, we're going to put on a show for everybody.
All right, we know that Game recognizes Game, and we've got a great fighter in the ring with our main event. Julian Hackett coming up next. Boots Ennis fighting in the main event tonight, one of the top guys at 147. Give me your evaluation of Boots. What makes him a great fighter?
He's one of my favorite fighters in the sport of boxing.
Very dangerous.
I think the most slept on thing about him is his dedication to the sport. He always in the gym, he always training, and I think that he can only go up from there. So I can't wait to watch him tonight, and I can't wait to watch him take over the whole 147-pound division.
Now, we saw you make a homecoming fight recently in Newark, New Jersey. What do you think of this crowd here at Wells Fargo for the homecoming fight for Boots?
I like Boots by stoppage in the 6th or 7th round. I think he's going to be beating the crap out of him, and it's going to be a hell of a fight.
You know, if you do work with Matchroom or Golden Boy, that means I'd be scoring some of your fights, and I know you're a huge fan of my scorecard.
I hate your scorecards. I think you're one of the worst that I've seen in boxing, but it's going to be it's going to be real fun if we can make it happen.
Good luck, Shakur.
Thank you.
Guys?
All right. So right now, essentially, Shakur is He's the not boogeyman, but he's just like the heel of boxing right now. If he was smart and if he has a good marketing team around him, he should play this role to the fullest. Because outside of boxing, we really don't hear much about Shakur himself. Like who you are when your name is not attached to Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis. Nobody really knows. And yeah, that's good. It's good in the sense of keeping your life private and, you know, trying to hold an image. But if you want people to come, because in boxing, it's one thing to be a great fighter. It's one thing to be a great fighter, but be a superstar. You got to match. You have to show that charisma. You have to show that you're capable of being, you know what I'm saying, the champion. Not saying that you aren't, but what I'm saying is you're going to have to do more than just show up and just fight. I know that sounds crazy. I'll tell you that back. You don't have to do more than enough just coming in and just boxing somebody's head off. You got to come in and put on stopping somebody. You got to come in, do a shutout, because otherwise you're going to be deemed boring. So essentially what I'm saying is if he's smart and if he had a great marketing team, what he would do is ride this wave of when your name is not attached to Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis. Nobody really knows. And yeah, that's good. It's good in the sense of keeping your life private and, you know, trying to hold. But if he was smart, he will ride this wave of being the villain, you know what I'm saying? Because now you give people thing to talk about. You give people an opportunity to hate you, because right now people ain't really even rocking with you being yourself. So give them a reason to hate you. Give them a reason to not like you. Give them a reason to show up to your fight and watch you lose. You know what I'm saying? You have to give people something they can go off of. And like I said, right now, if he has a good PR team, a good team, they would be fully invested into this villain role where people just don't like him. Nobody is doubting his skills. People just doubting that he's boring. So with that being said, if I was his marketing team manager, we're gonna rock this. We're gonna ride this wave of people villainizing you. We're gonna make this thing rock. We're gonna do it in. All right. So we seen a boxing match. Let's look at we got Hackett versus Dobson. We're gonna stick to boxing on this one.
Jaleel Major Hackett.
a very successful amateur career, reported 140 wins, 19 losses as an amateur, won 11 national tournaments, several international competitions. He believes that this is going to be his showcase fight tonight, Sean.
I believe it as well. You know, like you just said, when you turn pro with that kind of amateur pedigree, you turn pro in the kind of space that he did, you're not supposed to stop here. And on top of that, when you're in this place on the card, you're supposed to show up and show out. I think he's going to do that.
As good as he was as an amateur, he said.
All right, I don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
125
All right.
in 21 professional fights. His record
All right,
stands
we
at
just made the
15
transition
degrees
over to
with 6
boxing.
defeats.
I mean
It
UFC.
is the pride of St. Louis, Charles Energy Johnson.
Bro got a whole shag.
Stands his opponent fighting out of the red corner. A freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 5 inches tall.
10-1.
He weighed in also 125 pounds.
He's the favorite.
And holds a record of 10 victories with 1 defeat. Fighting out of Houston, Texas. Here is Joshua, the fearless Van. And your referee in charge, Joe Coca.
Uh-oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the UFC bout. We're taking a break for boxing a little bit.
We've had action throughout the prelims, and we expect it to continue into the main card, and we certainly expect it here between Charles Johnson.
All right, let's see
and
what we
Joshua
got.
Van.
Fighter ready. Fight.
A couple of frantic flyweights that
Got
don't waste
gloves
time
touch.
getting the business. Johnson's in the white as the underdog. Joshua Van is in black.
Man, we got Shag. Well, I'm going to call him Shag. We got Shag doing his thing right now.
You see the early pressure from Van. That's what he does well. He pressures you, keeps you on the heels, and that's what he's going to want to do to take away the kicking of Johnson.
All right. Oh. All right.
Johnson
We're
going
gonna
to
do
all
that.
3 rounds his last time out against Jake Hadley.
We're gonna do that. There you go.
Fight and win in his native St. Louis.
See, this is what I love about UFC.
Arena crowd. That's a nice combination.
Oh.
Which is
Oh.
right hand. It stays
Oh.
with the kicks.
That's what I mean. Look how calm
Johnson.
Van is. After eating all those shots, he's got good defense.
Johnson is setting an incredible pace that I don't think he'll be able to keep up with. His output is too high.
We talked about it on the walk that this is what Van does. And I think a lot of it being slow starter really is just kind of seeing what his opponent is going to bring to him.
And once he gets his jab going, and Josh Van, once he gets that jab going, he really starts to use his right hand. Watch that backhand of Van because he's going against the southpaw, and that's his power shot right there, that right hand of his. That's what he's looking to set up.
But this is also good work for Johnson. If you got an opponent who's going to be a slow starter, take that time, chip away.
He's going to have to get going. He's going to have to do something.
Get ahead.
He's going to have to do something because right now Johnson is getting off. He's setting an ungodly pace right now. And he's the much larger guy. So then with him being a shorter guy, he's going to have to definitely get in that fire. He's going to have to get in there and get burned a little bit to be able to pull off this victory.
Is that Johnson does have to take advantage of the slow starting of.
Because Johnson right now is all his punches is at bay. All his punches are at bay. He's keeping them at bay with that jab, with kicks, and anything.
So that by the time he's ready to get going, he's a bit compromised.
Yeah, exactly. Just do some damage. Hurt that lead leg, especially for somebody who's got a good base, who likes to really dig in and ground himself when he's throwing those strikes. If you can chip away at that base early on before he gets going, you're already at an advantage.
Halfway through the first round, Johnson has landed 11 leg kicks already. There's some redness on the left thigh of Van as they work in the clinch.
And I figured this would also be an approach for Johnson. Land some shots, keep the...
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnson is doing an excellent job of nullifying all Van's attacks right now.
High school was Johnson.
Oh!
Nice hips, great hips from Van.
I don't know why Johnson just decided to do a takedown. What are you doing?
It's the constant pressure. It's not a slow start, in my opinion. To me, Van is making reads on his offense, and the pressure is his fast start. He's not throwing a lot of offense, but look at the pressure before he starts choosing.
Johnson is circling right into the power hand of Van. He's going to get clipped. He's going to get clipped. He has to circle away from the power hand.
That jab.
Up, he got clipped. I just called it. I just called it. I just called it. Johnson has to circle away from his power hand.
Oh my God, big left hook just missed.
Van is slowly picking up the pace. Oh, it's a low blow. Okay, Johnson is waving him off. See, that's the thing with fighters. If you get low blowed, take the time. Forget how the crowd feels, because your ultimate goal is to win, to get another bag, bro.
Yeah, Van's starting to get a hold of that jab. When that jab starts landing, watch his right hand. That's when he finds it.
Yeah, Johnson has got to figure out a way to deal with that pressure.
Oh, Johnson got him in a triangle. Van gets out.
Just some offense from the bottom to try to create a stand-up.
Johnson is pissing me off. Why are you the taller guy? You're supposed to be at range, keeping the guy at range. What? Oh, my God.
Packed. So far, it has not disappointed.
He has to continue doing what he's... Oh, okay, now he's back at it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back at it. Good.
He can't just stay there with hands down a little bit, starting to box with him. He's got to try to find something else, whether it's a knee, clinch him up. Can't just stand close quarters and box with Van. It's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, Charles is quick. Charles Johnson does not look comfortable to me. He looks like he's throwing all the offense. He's switching stance a lot, but the defense isn't there. And the difference is Van's defense is there. The pressure's there. He's seeing all the offense so far of Johnson.
One of his better first rounds through his early UFC run, Joshua Van.
All right, end of the round number 1 in UFC. Van versus Johnson. Excellent, 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 excellent fight. Johnson is starting to piss me off. If I was his coach, this is what I'm instructing him to do. His power hand, he's trying to get you to move into the power of his right hand. Now, with Johnson being a southpaw, what he's going to have to initially do, this is what he's going to have to do. You're going to have to circle away from the right hand, because if you're a southpaw and you move it into the direction of my right hand, if no ifs, ands, buts about it, it's been proven in boxing or any type of combat sport, you will get clipped. And that's exactly what happened. So Johnson right now is teaching himself how to be read from Van, which he's doing an excellent job with picking up. What he's going to have to do is continue to do what he was doing that got him up to this point, which is being unpredictable. Head, body, legs, legs, body, head, legs, body. Just continue to mix it up. Once you start to get too predictable, that's when things get a little shaky for you, especially with Van, because he's looking to counter the shit out of him. So what Van is going to have to do is he's going to have to step into that fire and keep Johnson on his back foot. He cannot afford to go back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round 2.
Fury FC, Fight Pass Invitational, of course, many more.
Number 2, let's go.
The second round, Paul, what you
We're
hear
gonna, you want to do that?
Joaquin Rodriguez has been this rising coach. He's built
all right,
stable.
Johnson is back.
Yeah, I thought
he's back on his stick.
High, keeping the hands up. And one thing I don't know if I agree with, but I see what they're saying, is they're saying Joshua Van is not patient. I think he's the opposite of that. I think he's very patient. He waits. But I do think he will get wide. He will throw big shots in the body, and he does allow himself to be vulnerable. But that's because he's been able to take the shots. And
oh, good uppercut from Van.
That was a powerful uppercut from Van.
Van slowly getting ahead because of the defense. He uses that time to eat all those early shots to see what the offense looks like. And then once
Van is slowly walking him down, boxing style.
It's just a different approach. I mean, we've seen guys like Anderson Silva take an entire first round off, and nobody said he started slow. He was just making reads, and I think that's what we're seeing out of Joshua Van. Nice body work.
Good body shot. Right now, Johnson's on his back foot, and he cannot afford this. He's going to have to get Johnson. He's going to have to give Van something to respect, or he's going to get clipped again. And again, he's still circling to his power hand.
By Johnson. Johnson doing a good job giving so many looks on the offense, though, and the kicks. He's gotten away from the kicks because of the pressure of Van, but he needs those kicks.
He got to get the kicks.
One teep kick out of Johnson.
He has to get those kicks back in operation, because if not, he's going to continue to get walled down. Okay, now, there we go.
He's done a good job of avoiding big damage so far. With those hands a little low. There's
Good
a nice
job from Johnson.
Yep.
So Johnson looked like he's trying to match Van with his boxing, and I don't know enough about both of them to give a really conclusive decision over the other. So I like Johnson so far. He's very, very unpredictable in his style of fighting.
Does loop some of them. It's great pressure from Van.
Johnson got a good right hand in, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now this has turned into a straight kickboxing match.
When you see the really good strikers, they defend the takedowns with pressure. They defend the striking with pressure. They use their defense.
Johnson's doing a lot of feints. He's giving Van something to worry about. But Johnson is doing an excellent job with controlling this round so far.
He's throwing everything in the kitchen sink. He's having a hard time landing really heavy on Van so far.
Good movement there from Johnson. Just lets those just slide right past.
Johnson's fun to watch. He makes it a fun fight every time. So unconventional.
Great athlete, too. Three-sport athlete, track and field, football, and wrestling in high school. Oh, finds a
Johnson is doing an excellent job with boxing Van in his own game.
That jab starts touching. That's
good right hand from Van. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great fight right now. It's a great kickboxing match right now, but both of them enjoy. It's 90% punches and only 10% kicks. Oh, Van buzzed him.
Solid good in this fight.
90 to go in round 2 as they continue to trade shots, all on the feet.
Just back and forth.
We can do this all day, Charles. Lateral movement, side to side.
Oh, good kick from Van.
Back him up.
Van is on the offense, ladies and gentlemen. He's walking down Johnson. Johnson tried to do a lead elbow and miss. Clever, though.
Pressure.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. I think that would be a really good weapon for Johnson. Instead of just staying in boxing.
Oh!
That right hand stuck, knocked him down a little bit.
Think of clinch too. I mean, you haven't seen Charles Johnson grab a hold of Van when he's throwing these combinations. He's kind of just keeping the flowing and the movement going, but grabbing a hold of Van might help him out a little too.
Yeah, knees up the middle. You got to be careful with the guard though when you're throwing those knees.
That teep kick, we need to see more of those from Johnson. It'll really help him with his range.
Oh, there's a knee.
All right, we're back.
Especially for a guy like Van who likes to go to the body so often. He's got to lower his level and his hands have to come down. Just got to try to time it and be defensive with it.
Johnson tried to attempt to do a spinning back fist.
That was close.
It's a great fight.
Yeah.
Almost. Timing is almost there.
10 to go in the rounds. Johnson holding the edge and strikes. But the betting numbers say Van is ahead heading into the fight.
All right. I disagree with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're our Johnson versus Van. All right, so it's very evident that Johnson wants to beat Van at his own game. All right. This is the thing about MMA. In fights like this, not all of them, but in fights like this, it's two things you can do in MMA. You can beat someone at their own game, or you can take them out of their game. You know what I'm saying? Rule of thumb, you never want to fight someone whose primary strength is striking. Because if you do that, then you get UFC legends and fighters like Alex Pereira. You know what I'm saying? What you try to do is take them out their game. So this is what Johnson is trying to do to Van. Van is it's very evident he want to box. He's straightforward. He's in his chest, and he's not going nowhere. Johnson is trying to fight him at his own game, and at times it is working. It is working, but this is the thing: you have to beat the favorite of the fighter, because right now, like they said, Van is winning. I disagree. I think he's 1-1 going into this final round, but Johnson is going to have to switch things up in this last fight. All right, last round. All right.
Second, third, and final round here. It started quick.
Oh, they swinging for the fences.
Yeah, Johnson's bringing it in this
man, they turned it up.
Oh, Van is rocked. Oh! Johnson wins. Johnson wins. Johnson wins.
He got the job done so well.
Wow. Wow. I just said it. You gonna have to fight some. You can either take them out their game or fight them. Rule of thumb is you don't want to do that, or you get people like Alex Pereira. This is exactly what just happened. Johnson just knocked him out at his own game plan. Wow.
Maybe thinking you're down. Let's take a look here. He just went right after Josh.
And I was just going to say somebody's going to get clipped. I was just about to say that, bro.
Cut, and then a big right hand. The ref's on.
Wow.
Let's take a look again. Look at this uppercut, man. Beautiful. The adjustments of Johnson, you got to give credit to come out that heavy. He didn't come out that heavy in the first two, but in that third round, he had felt everything that Van was doing. He made all the reads, and he adjusted, came out fast, knocked out Van before he could get ahead in the third.
Wow.
2024 has been
a
huge year for Charles Johnson.
Wow.
This is his third victory
Good fight from Johnson.
of the year already.
Good fight from Johnson.
That's what his win streak sits at.
Again, I tell people all the time, he just beat him in his own game, bro. That's not, as a fighter who's been there and a person that outbeat me in my own game, bro, that's very disheartening. And you really got to go back to the drawing boards. So shout out to Johnson on that, man. Good fight with that. All right, we're making the switch back over to boxing. We got Hackett versus Dobson, round number 4, top of the 4th. And we're going to get into it right now.
Up next, right now, our co-main event has been pretty entertaining. Chris, how do you have it scored?
I've got 3 rounds to none in favor of Jaleel Hackett. I think Peter Dobbs has been competitive. You know, these first 3 rounds have been close, but the power punches are being landed more consistently by Jaleel Hackett, and he's putting his punches together a little bit more than Peter Dobbs. So close fight, but right now I've got a 3-zip in favor of Jaleel Hackett.
What does Shakur Stevenson thinks of that scorecard?
we hate or we love the ones we hate. All right, let's go. I teed him up for that one.
You did.
Good body shots by Dobson. I love the way that Hackett came in back.
All right, so with boxing is a little bit more tedious, you know what I'm saying? I really have to really zone in on what the hell is going on right now. So it look like Hackett is definitely pressing the issue. He's definitely outpacing Mr. Dobson. So, and I'm expecting from the youth of the fighter. So
that he has in previous rounds.
There he is.
Dobson gonna have to fight back. Dobson is hurt. Dobson corner might throw in the towel.
That's one of his best punches, Hackett, that left hook. Once he starts swinging that away, it's only a matter of time before it lands and does damage.
Oh, good lead, left hook from Hackett. Dobson gonna have to do something.
Hackett's feeling himself.
He's at risk of getting his fight stopped. He got to hold. He got to do something.
Never stop.
Excuse me, Hackett has never been past the 4th round.
Never stop. What a statement Hackett can make. He could be the first person in 17 fights to stop Peter Dobson.
Connor Benn couldn't do it. They fought back in February.
All right.
I will say this, though. Peter Dobson.
Hackett is on this guy like white on rice right now. Dobson, if he's a veteran fighter, low blow, ref, you gotta check that. See, as a fighter, if you get your ass whooped, you gotta take that. You gotta take that low blow. All right, Hackett is beating the crap out of Dobson right now.
Might be even.
I can't even give him no advice right now.
Big combination right there.
Oh, good right hand though. Hackett
He's
eats
still
it.
there, but this is a true.
Okay, Dobson is finally fighting back.
He's literally broken down at this point. He's still strong, but he's not where he was 2 rounds ago, 3 rounds ago.
Well, it's like we talked about, Sean, the investment that Hackett's been making in those body shots and just the volume of punches that paid off.
Dobson just got to show some type of activity. I'm going to give a breakdown of this real quick. Like, I already know. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm just online coaching right now. Online coaching.
By Jaleel Hackett.
All right, so this is what Dobson got to do. And I truly doubt that this is going to change anything right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell people all the time, this is just for future references on people. People going into boxing need to understand. A lot of people like to get into boxing or any combat sports and think defense is solely head movement, arms. That looks cute. That looks great. It looks appealing to the masses. But a true combat sports fighter, former fighter, any fighter, or even judge, yes, this is cool. Head movement is cool. Moving is cool, but ultimately, your first line of defense is your footwork. Your footwork is what separates men from the boys. Dobson gonna have to move around. That's all I'm saying.
Just because Dobson has been landing some good body shots and elbows were tucked, so the defense was set.
So Jalil Hackett
All right, so
now
Dobson,
seeing the 5th round for the first time ever. And if the 5th is as good as the 4th, he may finish Dobson here.
Oh, man.
Dobson didn't look good going back to his corner.
He looks terrible.
There's a little bit of
looks
retreat
terrible
in his face and in his movement right now, backing up. Nothing strong coming back. The fight's being down out of Peter Dobson little by little.
And Sergio,
he's gonna have to do something.
Between rounds and said, "Are you all right?" And Dobson's corner said, "We're fine," but you got no reaction out of Peter Dobson. You usually see a fighter nod his head, say, "I'm good."
Now he was busy.
Dobson is doing a little bit better at moving, but he has to match it with a little bit of offense. If he doesn't, the ref is going to look at it as him retreating instead of him trying to set something up. He's going to have to do something.
Big, strong kid. He's got long arms. You got no space if you're Dobson, and he doesn't have
a good counter punch will reset Hackett. There you go.
Through the fight, so you see the younger man getting stronger and stronger. And
so Dobson is doing an excellent job with moving. He's not standing in one place. This is the importance of footwork, people. I try to tell people all the time. When people come to me, they're like, "Man, I want to do Philly shell. I want to do this and that and the third." Not understanding Philly shell is pretty much a very conservative and not as energy expanding. Oh, good counter punch. Your main line of defense is your footwork. And Hackett throwing all these crazy punches. Counter punch city is there for Dobson. He just got to get out of the mindset of letting this younger guy run all over him. He's going to have to really counter punch him.
Champion before the age of 23. At 21, Hackett believes he can be on that path.
He should follow Adrian Broner's career through 23, but don't do what he did after that.
I was about to say something like that.
Yeah, he's, AB is twice removed from where he used to be at 23, but I get it why this kid used to look up to AB. He was marvelous in the ring.
There's Big Mouse on the left side of the skull of Peter.
Oh my God, he got a contusion on the side of his head. The ref is going to have to take a really good close look at it. I don't think it's worth of stopping the fight over, but it's definitely going to have to take a really good look at that.
Either way, a very impressive performance.
I wonder how that came there. Was it a punch or was it a headbutt?
Who said, "Listen, I'm not a power puncher, even though I've got 7 knockouts and 8 wins. But I just don't have to force it for my knockouts. I grind guys out and put them away."
Yeah, and I could see that. And he uses his range and his height and his length, and that's how he transforms the power. He knows how to. He has good technique. He has solid fundamentals that make him not really a power puncher, but he gets the knockouts.
All right, so like I said, Dobson has a huge contusion on the left side of his head. He's gonna. Okay. All right. So this. Again, I tell people all the time, when they come to me and ask me for advice, you have to use your footwork. Footwork is very essential from a good fighter and a great fighter. Trust me. Having good footwork makes things 10 times more tough for your opponent because you're not a sitting duck. When you get heavy feet and you just want to sit in the pocket and fight, you get hunkered down there. You want to stay there because this is what you're comfortable with. But when you got somebody who's much younger than you, have a far better output than you, you're going to have to move around and make them miss. Dobson is doing a better job at that. Now, if he just adds a sprinkle of counterpunching, it will stop. It will make Hackett a little bit more hesitant to coming into that fire. So he need to counterpunch and move.
Right now, it's all hands on.
And be more active.
Who's a wounded warrior in there, guys.
You can see Hackett targeting that growing lump on the left side of the forehead of Peter Dobson. He's got a bullseye on it for Jalil Hackett right now.
Chopping right hand.
Hackett got a good 1-2, great 1-2 on him.
Peter
Dobson is just looking like a deer in the headlights. He honestly, how I'm looking at it right now, he's just looking for a way out. He's just looking for a way out right now, and Hackett has to give him a good reason to go ahead and exit 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 out that door. He's gonna have to do it.
He said he had to take an 8 count in the amateurs because of a slip. But he said, "I'm gangsta. I don't get knocked out."
Well, now it's time to show it.
Let him go. Hands are free. Let him go, people. Good.
I've seen a lot of gangsters get knocked out.
Mitch Blood Green.
Ooh, I like that roll right there. Nice and calm roll by Hackett.
Oh, good left hook from Dobson.
Normally
Hackett is on the defense. Hobson is giving up too much ground. Stop. Oh, I hate that. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Movement, but he's very comfortable in there right now against Dobson. He doesn't respect.
That pisses me off so much. Like in boxing, especially you being a smarter fighter, if you get your opponent moving back, why do you step back and give them the ground to come forward again? That makes, and I'm guilty of this until I start to get much understanding of boxing, understanding of range and things of that nature from my coach. Why you work so hard to get on the inside? Why give him the opportunity to gain that back? That makes zero sense, and that's what Hobson did. He was down there on the ropes or down there in the corner, and he started to back up. Why?
It's how poised he is.
And again, I know it's easier said than done, but come on, my nigga. Like, God dang.
Work, his demeanor, his timing, his technique, and how he slowly walks opponents backwards. I can see a little bit of that.
Well, Dobson not as engaged as...
Dobson is doing an excellent job of moving around. He just got to be more active, which is going to be very impossible.
Right there by Hackett. Yeah, Dobson's hurt to the body right now, guys.
Definitely hurt.
He got hit right on the liver.
Good overhand right, though, by Dobson.
If Hackett just touches him downstairs one more time.
I could tell he was looking for it. Finally with a good return from Dobson.
Oh, good jab.
That'll do it.
Again, so Dobson is giving up too much goddamn ground. Stop. If you're a fighter, if you're going to watch this future video, which I doubt, listen, if you get somebody who's taller than you or just any fighter moving back, keep them going backwards. Don't give them the opportunity to reset. In boxing, it's a lot of reset, and a lot of people don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? You have to... Oh, they're showing a replay of the how the contusion formed. And I'm trying to see myself. Oh, it looks like an elbow, maybe an elbow.
And that quick, look at how quick that went up like that. That filled up nice and quick. That's no punch. All right? Keep on.
So, like I was saying, is with boxing, with any of this, you have to not give up your ground when you're fighting, man. You gotta keep that shit in there. You gotta keep it going. All right, this is gonna be round 7 in boxing. Hackett versus Dobson.
I got hit with a baseball bat one time.
I looked at you so quick.
Were you playing baseball or was it on the street?
Sadly, I was not.
Someone hit you with a baseball bat.
Baseball bat, bottles. Oh yeah,
man, that's a rough Thanksgiving dinner at the house. Round 7 scheduled for 10. Jalil Hackett's never been past 4 rounds.
Dobson is doing a better job with moving around. He's making things a little bit more difficult for Hackett.
He caught a body shot. He came up with
good punch in between the punches.
The money punch was in the left hook.
Good jab from Dobson.
Didn't even see that coming.
He's backing up again. Stop backing up. Good pull, good slip, good trap. He set a good trap for him. All right, make him pay for the trap though. And again, he's backing up again. He's backing up again. He's backing up again.
There's studying them, watching the press conference, the thing they're saying. I don't go off talk. You know, Peter Dobson did a lot of talking here. He did a lot of, little brothering. He's saying that he doesn't belong. Hackett didn't belong.
Dobson is doing some good catch and shoots. Catch and shoot. You throw a punch, I throw a punch. I catch it and I throw it. He's doing a lot of that, and actually I got him winning this round.
Interesting future fight.
Doing a lot of catch and shoots. I love to see it. Love to freaking see it.
Iriarte. Yeah, I was asking Jaleel who his rivals were in the amateur ranks, and he said Iriarte wasn't exactly a rival, but he was someone that he really liked. Said he's the real deal as far as the boxer goes. 147-pounder, both great left hook there by Hackett. Both coming up the ranks. Could be a fight down the line.
Oh, good job.
Too tall.
I got Dobson winning this round. They look like they got the contusion under. Oh, good uppercut.
Fight you want when you're like 15-0. You know, the loser takes a step back. The winner goes into a contender.
Dobson is doing. I got Dobson winning this round, ladies and gentlemen. Got to win
to
it.
roll the dice at some point.
He threw a couple of shots. He landed a good body.
If Dobson, if he catch and shoot and throw that second punch, he will rock Hackett. I'm willing to bet it.
Peter Dobson in this round at least.
Yeah, I actually think.
Good job.
In the 7th here. Part of that has been the activity from Hackett has slowed a little.
I'm going to be quiet for the next 30 seconds. I want y'all to hear something. I want y'all to see something real quick. Like, watch this. Listen to this. Headbutt. Clash of heads.
Good body shots there by Dobson.
Dobson's found his second win.
No, this is probably one of his best rounds. Just when you thought that he was getting tired and the fight was taken out of him, I mean, he comes back and bounced back nicely.
All right. So this entire fight, this entire round, right? This is how biased commentators can be. Dobson was working Hackett that entire round, but yet they only speak about the last, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe. This is what I'm talking about in the sport of boxing. Like, we understand fan favorites or, the one that you want to win. But if you're going to be a commentator, you have to be non-biased. You have to not want, you just have to want to do more. If you're going to judge this, you're going to have to be fair. Have to be fair. Dobson is doing good. He's doing a lot of countering, which I said that he needed to do. He had to do a lot of counters. He had to do a lot of catch and shoots. He's going to have to really make Dobson rethink a stepping in the fire, and he's doing an excellent job at doing that. So good round for Dobson. Let's continue it up. Hackett's going to come out a little bit more aggressive because he feels like he's fading a little bit. Dobson had to keep that in mind and continue to do what he's doing. Set traps, catch and counter, and keep the younger man at bay.
He's a strong puncher. He's an experienced veteran. He's been in there with big names, and he's actually been in there with the ideal fighter and pound-for-pound great in Bud Crawford. I mean, Crawford stopped him in 6, but he can bring that experience to someone that fights, similar to Bud Crawford as far as changing, as far as the punching, the selection. So, yeah, there's an opportunity for Avanesyan to have some confidence coming into this fight.
We're in round 8, scheduled for 10. This is our co-main event. Jaleel Hackett, the 21-year-old, taking on 34-year-old Peter Dobson. Let's check out Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Yeah, I've got it 6-1 in favor of Jaleel Hackett. Thought Dobson had a pretty decent round.
Hackett is using his jab. Beautiful. Beautiful. I wouldn't be surprised if he throw a jab, baited him, and counter it.
Largely a dominant performance for the 21-year-old Jaleel Hackett.
Last round he slowed down his punch output. This round, I like the fact that he took a little steam off of every punch and relied a little more on that jab.
Oh, man, Dobson's swinging for the fences, punching in between the shots of Hackett now. Hackett better watch out now because Dobson still has a lot of fight left. He was digging down to the body nicely, and just when Hackett was coming back with a left hook, which is his money punch, Dobson came.
Hackett got his mouth open. He got his mouth open, meaning he's showing signs of fatigue.
He knows Hackett is inexperienced at this stage of fights, so Hackett might be having sensations he hasn't felt before, some fatigue perhaps. His punches don't have quite the same speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the main thing, just the question, the doubts, the curiosity of how am I gonna feel next round? Is round 8, round 9, round 10, and that might be why he's pulled back as well.
Ooh, good body shot there by Dobson. Now you see Hackett backing up now. Hackett's been on the front for this entire fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not backing up. That's just bullshit commentary.
I still think Jaleel is in control. I think he's moving because he wants to, not necessarily.
Exactly. I don't even know what to do. What he just said. Hackett is moving because he has to move. He's not backing up because he's hurt. This is the thing of be talking about these bullshit-ass commentators.
Changing the game plan to another gear and has Hackett boxing on the back foot.
Yeah, if I'm Hackett.
Good jab from Dobson between the punches.
There, but I'm keep digging to the body. The body's where he's had the most success.
Good punches from Dobson.
Another good round by Peter Dobson.
Peter
Both of them
Dobson.
had their moments, but, you know, I like Dobson on the front foot.
What is he talking about, bro? This is the bullshit I be talking about. Man, listen. Hackett controlled the round. He controlled it in several ways. He controlled it with his jab. He controlled it with his footwork and pretty much just kept Dobson at bay. Did Dobson have some moments? Of course. That's boxing. That's any combat sports. You're gonna have your highlight minute. You're gonna have your highlight round. You're gonna have these things. But to just say that Hackett lost that round, come on, man. What kind of man? They need to grab some YouTubers offline that could do a better job at commentating than this bullshit. All right. I think they're still fighting, actually. I just switched back over to UFC. All right. We're going to finish up this round.
Go Gervonta him. What do you think he meant by that?
No, he said walk his butt down and look for that Oldran shot. And Gervonta, that means, you know, go for the knockout. You know, Gervonta Davis is one of those fighters that...
I would really have a strong feeling that Hackett might get clipped.
Type of one-punch power, only 9 KOs in his 16 wins. Well, his corner didn't seem to think that Dobson could win on points, so they seem to be realists. Nice left hook there from Hackett. Needed that exchange.
Good exchange from both guys.
I have a feeling that Hackett's going to get clipped. And I could be wrong, but I'm seeing something that I can see the reason why he get clipped.
See if Dobson can find, or excuse me, Hackett can find another gear. He's kind of been going through the motions the last couple rounds.
Dobson's getting closer and closer with that chopping right hand.
That's what I'm saying. I can see him being clipped right now.
And a little busier than he's been in past rounds, too.
That's just that veteran.
Shot on top of the head and the side of the temple. I'd like to see how Hackett's knees and legs will react to it, because, you know, no one likes getting hit on the side of the head like that. Look, there's another right hand just barely missed on the side of the temple.
You guys mentioned the lack of experience for Jaleel Hackett in these later rounds. Peter Dobson, just the opposite as of late. 12 rounds against Conor Benn. His fight before that went 8. The one before that went 10. So he's comfortable at this stage of a fight.
And that's a good point. This is exactly his moment where he needs to let his...
Oh, good leading left hook for Dobson.
You know, you're losing every round. This is your moment. Look, see shots like that.
Dobson is slowly putting it on him.
So if you can actually loop the shots at the end of combinations, you know that the chin's going to be
Hackett is on his back foot, ladies and gentlemen. Things maybe get spooky, but Dobson going to have to press the issue. He's going to have to take it to him.
I would say to get on the inside, just
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And then loop behind the shot of Hackett. So instead of throwing it at the chin, aim behind his head. So because you know that Hackett's going to pull back. He's going to pull back. So don't aim where his head's at. Pull where his head's going to be at.
I got Dobson winning this round.
For Dobson, two things. One, he's not stepping forward with the shot, and he's also
good left hook. Good right hand.
Not where he's gonna be.
Dobson is slowly putting it on, man. Slowly bringing it on him.
Peter Dobson, you would think the 34-year-old would be slowing down, not the 21-year-old.
That's that veteran in him, man. That's that veteran in him. All right, I got Dobson winning that round as well. I got him winning the 2 of the last 3 rounds, bro. All right, let's switch over to UFC.
Yes. The discretion ultimately, it would mean a no contest if that's what it's deemed.
Hey, coach, please.
What happened? Did he get low blowed or?
Officials are the ones saying accidental back of the head shots. Ultimately, Dan Miragliotta has full discretion as the referee in charge to call it a no contest or a DQ.
Was it
The problem is
intentional?
that Brundage he didn't even know that the fight hadn't been stopped. He thought the fight was over. He was upset that it was over.
And this is what's so tricky. The doctor gets to talk to him. Ultimately, it's on Brundage to say, I can continue or not continue.
He's got to make as a fighter right here, this is where you have to make a decision. Do I want to tough this out, or do I want to take this DQ because I'm dizzy and he hit me with a shot that I can't handle? Brundage is in that decision making right now, and you can see it because they're giving him an option. He just has to choose.
If you don't choose, the referee will choose for him.
2 minutes to 2 more minutes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The 2 elbows that came to the back of the head were about 25
Elbows
seconds
to the
apart.
back of the head? Oh, my
Brundage is still
God.
on weak legs, as you can see. Another physician coming in from here in Denver.
What the hell happened?
You could see in Al Hassan just pacing, knowing, man, this could be a DQ, but if it's not, you could see in his eyes he's ready to get in there and get this finished.
If Al Hassan
All right. Apparently, a low blow or a foul was committed. This is where you don't have to be a tough fighter. This is where you don't want to be a tough fighter. Just take the no contest, go home to recovery, because if anything, rabbit punches are like 90% of a lot of combat sport injuries, because you don't have nothing covering the back there. So please just take the little DQ, no contest, rematch him in another 2 cars, and y'all can fight again. Don't be a tough ass guy and not go home to your family at night.
That was an illegal shot he hit you with. This is what happened. How does that help his decision if he wants to go or not? He just has to choose. At the end of the day, as a fighter, it's our choice.
The physician says no.
And what you say to the physicians is very important here.
Yep.
If you want to stay in it, then you play it off. If you don't, then you're going to tell them you don't, because you're hurt. And he could be hurt. Those were heavy shots to the back.
All right, this is it. Just let it go.
I've seen the
No contest. We talked about it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. For no contest.
No contest. All right,
So
thank you.
here, it's going to be a no contest.
Al Hassan saying,
But Dan Arrieta has not waved it off yet. The physician signaled to wave it
He
off.
told me he can't continue.
yeah, Brundage made the decision. He's saying he can't continue from what we're hearing from the physicians.
You don't have to be a tough ass guy, bro. Forget the crowd, forget the comments, because at the end of the day, these people are not going to be there for your kids. These people are not going to raise your kids. These people are not going to feed your family. Bro, you got to go about this a smart way.
Official when we come back.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's been ruled official, no contest. Let's go back over to Dobson versus Hackett.
In the pre-fight build-up, they both had their moments, and they both got each other's respect, I'll tell you that.
Good flurry. Hackett had a moment, but Dobson ended it with a right hand.
All right, man. This has been some good fights tonight. I wish I would have started a little bit early, but hey, it is what it is. We're gonna continue to keep things as it is. But yeah, like I said, with the UFC fighters, with any type of fighting, shit, even related to job related things, bro. If you feel like something is off, or you just feel like something is just not function properly, you know your body at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can not tell you how you're feeling right now. And I have been to fights. I have been in the ring with people. I have seen people get hit with some shots and never recover. And I don't mean in a sense of like they have life altering physical incapabilities and things of that nature. But what I'm saying is, I have seen people get hit with some shots, and you can tell like something is off with them. So, to this guy's credit, I don't know his name. Oh, let's listen to it.
Joe Martinez makes it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 37 seconds. Round number 1, due to accidental blows to the head, this fight is ruled a no contest.
Feel for all parties in this equation. Abdul Razak Al Hassan was pacing the octagon, and I hope he's okay in dealing with it because he's been emotional all week, and to not be able to let it out in the way that he wanted.
Yo, that's got to be. Oh, hold on, wait. Nah, they ain't gonna show the fight. That got to be the most disheartening thing, bro. Like, you don't train your ass off for like, you don't train your ass off for like 6 weeks. Been on fault plenty of sparring partners just to get in there and get DQ'd. That's got to be a disheartening thing. But nevertheless, I don't fault any fighter who feels the need to feel the needs to know when to throw in the towel, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying, these people are not going to feed your family. They're not going to raise your kids. They're not going to, you know what I'm saying, pick up the pace and things of that nature. They're not going to do that. So if you're a fighter, or if you're just working in a 9 to 5, blue collar worker, white collar worker, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. Take heed to the signs, because they're always a sign before destruction of anything.
If Crossford's not doing the right things, this could be that passing.
It's always going to be a signs before destruction. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Hackett versus Dobson. I'm feeling pretty convinced that the younger fighter got it correct today. He got it done. Which is Hackett. What is he, like 21 years old?
10 rounds of action here in Philadelphia. We go to the judges' score totals. Glenn Feldman and Mark Constantino both scored about 97-93. Tony Paolillo, 96-94. All three. Well, your winner by unanimous decision, and the new WBA Continental North American welterweight champion, Jaleel.
Yeah, that's his no-brainer, bro. That's a no-brainer right there, man. But I don't know how many rounds he's been professionally, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to get better with pacing, better with timing, and he's going to be all right. Now, I think this is the co-main event, so we do have the main event coming up, which is Jaron Ennis versus David. Honestly, I got Jaron Ennis with a TKO stoppage. I'm not really good at predictions, so around about 6th or 7th round, maybe 8th, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Visa Signature Card gets you up to 5% cash back on your purchases. That's cash back on everything.
The 4th of July sales event has been extended at Honda of South Miami, and everything must go. Like a new Honda Civic for just $73 a month, or a new Honda Accord for just $88 a month. Plus, don't miss our used car sales event happening now at Honda of South Miami, a member of Morgan Automotive, Florida's largest automotive retailer. When you make it Honda of South Miami, we make it happen.
Be smart, drive south.
Ha, this guy can't shoot. Hey, coach, bench him. He's got weak arms.
All right, we're going to get into this main event, man. I'm excited.
For our main event of the evening, coming up next, Boots Ennis putting his welterweight title on the line.
And I'm very glad that Ennis has decided to go over to a different what you call it? A different network as far as in boxing and stuff like that. Because sometimes, if not all the times, even just 9 to 5, like a agency will fail you way quicker than the employee will ever. You know what I'm saying? You can be out here just hustling and doing your thing and you get nowhere, but you can go over to a different company and they value you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that Jaron Ennis is very they handle him with care. You know what I'm saying? I think Jaron Ennis is the next biggest star, but he's gonna have to. He don't necessarily have to talk, but if you want to be what's going to separate you from the boys to the men, you're going to have to talk a little bit. You're going to have to show a little bit of personality. You're going to have to show a little bit of something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think he's going to do an excellent job. And I feel like this is going to be a great rollout for a measuring stick between Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. And truth be told, I can see a Errol Spence versus Ennis versus I can see Terrence Crawford versus Ennis. Reason why Crawford, how old is Crawford? Let's look that up. I know Crawford is pretty old. Let me see. Let me see. How old is Terrence Crawford? He got to be in his late 30s or whatnot. Yeah, he got to be in his late 30s. Let me see. Mid 30s, 36. He probably turned 37 at the end of the year. Yeah, September 28, 1987. So Terrence Crawford, depending on his next bout, he may be on the the decline of his career. Now, Terrence Crawford is in the business. I think boxers when they get in depending on who they manager are and who they is. I think Floyd Mayweather is an excellent person to really to establish this. Terrence Crawford is looking at it from a business perspective. It has to make sense because Terrence Crawford is in the career right now, in this particular moment in his career, he's looking for the biggest bag, and he doesn't even care about the fight. The fans can want it, but Terrence Crawford is going to be ultimately the A side in this, and it has to make sense to him. It has to make sense in a sense of risk versus reward and the bag. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the fight will happen, but I could be wrong. But I know with Errol Spence, I think Errol Spence is on the decline of his career. How old is Errol Spence? Everybody's intrigued. Everybody's want to figure out how much of Errol Spence is left after that beating with Terrence Crawford. Let's see. Errol Spence is 34, and Errol Spence has been in some wars. You know what I'm saying? He been in some fights. So I'll just put it like that. Terrence Crawford, and it's coming up about a year now. Yeah, about a year. The 29th will make a year, and he hasn't fought since. So I think Errol Spence is right now. He wants the fights. He's supposed to be want to fight this the Inferno, whatever his name is, but I can guarantee you this is going to be, that's a bad matchup for Errol Spence if he decide to go that route. But nevertheless, these fighters are looking for a bag. They're looking for the biggest bag that they could be able to present and receive. They're trying to get a check like Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and all these type of guys. But at the end of the day, I don't think I can see the fight versus Errol Spence versus Ennis versus Terrence Crawford versus Ennis. I think Terrence Crawford is a little bit more business savvy. All right, we're going into the main event.
Terrence Bud Crawford. A lot of talk about him possibly facing Boots Ennis somewhere down the line. But first things first, he's got to get past Uzbekistan's Madrimov.
What more could they possibly get?
Ah, that's crazy. All right. So they're still doing commercials and things of that nature, so we're not going to get too boggled down in that. All right. What's some more boxing news that we can discuss? Gervonta Davis versus Lomachenko. I'll be honest. I'll be very, very honest. If Lomachenko was in his prime, how old is Lomachenko, man? Honestly, we're in boxing. We're really going to lose a lot of stars in the next couple years. Well, Lomachenko is 36. What, he turned 37 this year? No, he turned 36 this year. It's crazy that he's younger than Terrence Crawford. But I'll be honest. If this was 31, 32-year-old Lomachenko, then I would probably side with Lomachenko as far as like activity and being moving around a lot more. But since he's at an age right now, he takes a little bit more time to get going. And Gervonta Davis has that power, man. I tell people all the time, bro, power makes things more difficult. It changes your game plan significantly, and for the worse. Because now your whole entire camp, your whole entire game plan is centered around staying away from his power. So, and eventually, in your mind, you're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Not your trainer, not your coaches, not your cornerman. Eventually you're gonna run into it. And now that you already got in your mind that that this guy got power, you already lost the fight before you even got into the ring, basically. So we gonna keep this thing slow rolling, man. We're gonna keep this thing slow rolling.
Everything or nothing.
But I do got Gervonta Davis with a TKO stoppage of Lomachenko. Apparently, they've been in cahoots with getting this deal done. And Lomachenko, he's at an age right now, along with Terrence Crawford, that he's looking for fights to get him the biggest money. And that Gervonta Davis fight versus him is gonna do at least $500,000 easily. Easily. This is where boxing politics and boxing things come into play. Lomachenko has an entire country following him, which is Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? And, Gervonta Davis from the States, we're going to back him. That's already going to be a great pay-per-view buy thing. But I got not Terrence Crawford, but I got Gervonta Davis knocking out Lomachenko.
Even now. Or not. Or not. All right.
No, listen. You got to put things on for everybody, haven't you?
All right, we'll move on from that. 2 weeks' time, we are going to be in Los Angeles. Bud Crawford against Israel Madrimov. You've been telling people for weeks now not to sleep on Madrimov in this fight. He's undefeated. He's a world champion. Why do you believe that he can be the guy to knock off Bud Crawford?
He's the underdog. But Madrimov's a quality fighter. Great movement. He's got a lot of power. And Bud was world champion at 135, undisputed at 40, undisputed at 47. Sooner or later, you move up too far. Madrimov can crack. And don't get me wrong, he's a big underdog. But everybody looking past Israel Madrimov, Terrence Crawford, His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, they've all got these other plans for next year. Don't sleep on Israel Madrimov. Uzbek power coming to one of the biggest nights in American boxing for a long
That's what we're not going to do. All right, switching over to UFC. Let's see what we got.
Shots. Rodriguez hurt him with that overhand.
Ooh. Just missed time. The spinning back elbow as they circle to the left. Dean Thomas, what do you see so far?
Notice how Christian Rodriguez, he'll throw that jab and he'll leave it on the face of Barroso and then replace it with his right hand.
We got a minute and 30 left in the first round. We got Rodriguez versus Barroso.
Good strategy from Rodriguez.
That's something Duke is big on, is putting out those feeler punches, putting out punches as distractions to follow up with the bigger shots.
Right hand. If he throws that right hand,
but what makes
I think he'll be all right.
Too is that he's just so willing to engage.
Trips.
This is what he wants. He wants this exact position. Now he's got the body triangle locked in.
He got a body triangle. That sucks. What he's going to have to do is roll to his right. Because he rolled to his left, he's just going to lock it in. So now he has to either turn into him or break that body lock. He's going to have to do either or. So with the body lock, with me doing jiu-jitsu, I can assure you this. Being put into something like this is very, very crazy, because not only, he's turning into him, and he's taking his back, he still keeps the lock in, though. All right, he's going to have to get out that lock. Okay, so he breaks it out. But I'm going to tell you anyway, so when you're in a body lock like that, listen, people, your breathing is restricted. Your movement is restricted. Oh, he got a guillotine from the guard. Oh my God! Tap, 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 tap.
Tap-out win for Juicy J. Wow. This is why you always tune in to watch a Rosa fight.
I think he tapped probably prematurely, but I think he tapped probably prematurely, and yeah, it's no problem, because last thing you want to do is get choked out and something unfortunately go wrong with your life, and now you're paraplegic. And don't listen to me. Sometimes I like to see. Well, I like things to go out a little bit longer. But yeah, he tapped, man. Good job. You gotta love jiu-jitsu, man. Gotta love it. All right, let's switch over to Jaron Anderson. Philadelphia is up tonight. That was a good guillotine.
10,000 fans, a crowd that even Rocky Balboa himself would be amped to fight in front of. And we are inside the Wells Fargo.
You know what? I never understood that about Philadelphia. You got a fictional character, right? Not even a boxer, but someone that played a boxer role, and you got them over actual real fighters, which is that's even crazy to me. You got Joe Frazier. Who else you got from Philadelphia? I'm pretty sure you got Jaron Ennis. You got all these prolific fighters, and you want to put the fictional fighter over the real fighters. That's even crazy. Let me see. Philadelphia boxers. Who all from? I think Bernard Hopkins is from there. I'm not sure. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins is from Philadelphia. So yeah, you have all these notorious fighters: Joe Frazier, Marvin Frazier, Jaron Ennis, Steve Cunningham. I didn't know he was from there. Blair Cobbs. Anyway, so you have all these fighters, especially Smoking Joe, and you dare not to put one of them as a statue up there. That's so disrespectful. That's very disrespectful.
Four-pound division, but the chips have fallen with Boots Ennis sitting there as a consistent number one. The three other title holders, Stanionis, Barrios, Norman, they fill out the list. Cody Crowley, as you mentioned, Todd, just over a month ago, he was forced to withdraw from this fight due to an eye injury. David Avanesyan, who I don't think ever says no to any fight, decided he was willing to step in on short notice. I've still got Avanesyan ranked number 8 in my...
Jaron Ennis looking cold. He's looking poised, man. That's just another day in the park for him, man. I'm so glad that he's fighting again. I'm very glad that he's fighting again, because honestly, Jaron Ennis is what the boxing coach needs right now. He's what the boxing coach needs right now, because like I said, all these fighters finna get ready to start retiring, man. They finna get ready to start moving in and moving out. So he's going to be the next star. He just got to have that right promotion behind him.
You know what I mean? And also, Avanesyan can use this crowd against. He can use this crowd against Boots Ennis, but if you're going to want to...
Taking their precious time, man. Uncle getting sleepy.
Congratulations, a stellar performance. Juliana Rosa, ladies and gentlemen.
Back-to-back in 2024, bringing home a victory to his wife Elena and new son AJ. Juliana Rosa in crowd-pleasing style, as he has become known for. UFC Fight Night is presented by Bud Light. We head back to Las Vegas next week for another UFC Fight Night. On the marquee, Amanda Lemos and Virna Jandiroba. A lot at stake in the most talent-rich women's division in combat sports, the UFC strawweight division. Brad Tavares on the 9th island of Hawaii, Las Vegas, where he calls home, taking on Junyong Park. We'll also see the return of Doo Ho Choi as he takes on Senor Perfecto Bill Algeo. Next Saturday night, strawweights battle at the Apex, coming off a fight of the night performance victory over Mackenzie Dern. Former title challenger Amanda Lemos looks to continue her climb back to the top as she takes on 13 career submission wins Virna Jandiroba. Main card on ESPN at 8 Eastern. Back to tonight with more on what's next. Megan O'Leary.
Hey, thanks so much, Brendan. We've got a big matchup at welterweight on deck. Fighting out of...
All right, so moving on. Oh, we got a national anthems. Okay, nice.
And now to perform the national anthem of the United States of America, please welcome Norrell Simpson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Yeah. Bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, man. Ready to get into this fight. I am ready. I am.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'm ready.
This is the moment of truth, and there's no turning back. Set to make his ring walk, please welcome the challenger, David Avanesyan.
Is it me, or has this been the longest freaking introduction to a fighter, man? Like, come on, bro. I understand the national anthems with the countries and things of that nature, but come on, bro. Just freaking walk out and let's get the shit on the way. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if that's copyrighted or not, so I'm not gonna even risk the chance. Yeah, I'm not even gonna risk the chance of trying to find out if that's copyrighted or not. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to mute some of this audio from what I've been doing. So we're just gonna avoid that at all costs. So we're gonna wait to these guys walk out.
It might be over after 2 losses in 3 fights to Lamont Peterson and Aegis Kavalauskas. He rebounded by winning 6 fights in a row, including a knockout win over Josh Kelly, which was an impressive win. That earned him the fight against Terrence Crawford in 2022. He was knocked out in that fight, but he came back a year later. He got a get-back type of win, and that put him in the position to get this type of opportunity.
Can you imagine out of 3 fights, 1 against Bud Crawford and 1 against Boots Ennis? That's what's on the menu for David Avanesyan. And it could be his last chance saloon at a world title shot, and he vows to make the most.
Yeah, they taking their precious time, so we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Yeah, that's tough. All right, I think Jaron Ennis is making his.
There's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special.
You don't understand, man. It's a big thing, man, for Philadelphia. It's a big thing for boxing. Because I feel like we're looking at the new superstar of boxing.
It's a beautiful feeling, man, that people come out and show love to my son.
I think we should make an official announcement that the Wells Fargo Centre is now the home of Jaron Boots Ennis, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, I don't know if that's copyrighted or not. So what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna do that. Oh, you got Stephen Fulton in behind him, man. Shout out to Stephen Fulton. Is it Steven? Stephen? I see he got rid of the what was it? The rat braid. But nevertheless, dude, I wonder how he's gonna recover from that NOA knockout. Some fighters never the same after that knockout.
Yep, the U.S. Bank Cash Plus Visa signature card gets cash.
And everyone up on their feet here. This is what fighters.
Again, I don't know. Well, I know for a fact that's gonna be copyrighted. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna avoid that at all costs, and we're just gonna tune in when they get into the ring. So right now, Ennis is definitely and making his way out into the ring right now, man. He looked poised. He looked good. He looks a little dry. And when I say dry, I mean in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, with the boxing or anything, you want to have a little good little warm-up.
Look at the smile on.
Final prediction. I'll take that back. He does have a good one. He got a little sweat.
How much pressure is there?
He has a little sweat on his forehead, so he got a little sweat going on or whatnot. Either that or just hella hot in that in the arena. So
looking for the knockout. That could turn against fighters like we saw with Gabriel Matias in Puerto Rico and many others. This man is made for the moment. He was groomed for this moment.
Yeah, he's definitely groomed and made for the position, but you gotta have that break. That gotta beat the man. You gotta goddamn beat the man to goddamn get what he got. So this is gonna be a very interesting fight. I can see David giving Ennis a little problems before this, but Ennis just got more to southpaw, switch hitter, orthodox footwork, good timing, good understanding of range. I'm interested to see, and I'm gonna go out on the limb and say this is gonna happen. I'm gonna clip this. Matter of fact, I want to go ahead and clip this right now. I just got this feeling. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this, and I may be wrong. And I may be wrong with this. I may be wrong. So I may be wrong. I may be wrong on this. I'm going to go ahead and add a stream marker. Now I'm going to go ahead and add this. I'm going to go ahead and...
It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. I just clipped this video. I think Jaron Ennis is going to get clipped in this fight. I got a strong feeling. That he may be clipped. I don't think Jaron Ennis has been hit with a flush shot, so I'm eager to. I'm very eager to see if he has a chin. I don't think his chin has been tested just yet. And understand this, people. The best chin in boxing is the ones that don't get hit. Trust me, I understand that. But this is what I think. I think he's going to get. I think that he's going to get tested. He's going to get clipped. He's going to get clipped, and we're going to go from there. So, we'll see.
That's it. The time has come. I said the time has come. From the four corners of the world to the four corners of this ring right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the fight starts now. Introducing first, the challenger. He fights out of the red corner. He wears black and white with red trim. He scaled the welterweight limit of 147 pounds, bang on. His professional record, 30 victories, 4 defeats, 1 draw, with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from Pятигорск, Russia, and now living, training, and fighting out of Newark, England, here is the 5-time European champion and the former Avanesyan. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He is the defending world champion.
All right.
He wears denim with silver and white trim.
All right, we're going to get this underway, man. I'm intrigued.
Professional record, perfect. 31 fights, 31 victories, 28 of his 31 victories coming by way of knockout.
But like I said, I think he's going to be clipped.
Of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here is the reigning, defending.
And for clarity, I mean, he's going to be rocked.
Champion of the world, Jaron. Boots Ennis.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Okay, gentlemen, you already know the rules. Let me remind you to keep it clean, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you. Thank you.
Well, Chris, you said you've been.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an epic fight. Jaron Ennis on a new card on the zone. And we're going to figure out if he has what it takes. I got him by a TKO stoppage later on in the fight. But I do have him being rocked. And he's going to have to face adversity. He's going to have to overcome some controversy today. And we shall see in 3, 2,
But everybody wants to feel big fight night energy.
Let's go.
We got a big fight tonight. The stage is set. So promoter, set the table. Now it's time for Boots to eat.
Let's see if Jaron Boots Ennis can deliver that knockout that he is basically guaranteed at Philadelphia this week as he takes on David Avanesyan, who's wearing the black.
Well, Avanesyan is a bit of a slow starter, and Terrence Crawford was able to take advantage of that. Sharp jab by Boots Ennis right there.
Was that an off-balance shot, or did that hurt David Avanesyan?
Oh, the power jab. It landed perfectly down the middle. And Boots fighting out the orthodox stance. I mean, this man looks brilliant from the southpaw stance or the orthodox stance. Hurt you from either style.
But Avanesyan, plenty of grit and determination.
Funny thing, he doesn't look very different from either way. Most guys, you see a subtle difference when they switch up. For Boots, it's seamless.
It's a beautiful jab.
Jaron is heavy on this jab this fight. He's heavy on this jab, keeping David at bay.
Well, the power jab.
Controlling him, keeping him at bay.
Chris, you had a great question to Eddie Hearn, who was basically talking about Boots' night
Good body shot for Ennis.
fantastic.
And it switches over to southpaw, people. Good body shot from Ennis.
To give us a demolition job.
Yeah, and I think he's on his way right now with this start. The body work from Boots early on has been excellent.
And switching southpaw. No one could even tell when he went from orthodox to southpaw.
I saw it.
I saw it, yeah.
It's so slick. The normal eye can't see it. It's just so...
Bro, I can't stand these commentators, bro. Sean Porter said he saw it. Everybody else didn't see it. I saw it. Come on, bro.
Avanesyan has a decent overhand right, and that's a shot that Boots has been hit with a few times in the past, so he's got to be willing to let that hand go.
Yeah, that's the one shot that Avanesyan can land. It's in between the shots.
David, I need a little bit more intel.
Hey, David, switch.
Low blow from Ennis. And David is in excruciating pain. He's crawling on the ground like he's crawling on the ground right now. That was a nasty low blow. And his body is already red from punches. Come on, man. This is not how this fight is gonna end. Let me see. Yeah, that's a low blow all day. Yeah, that's a low blow all day. You can't deny that. Low blow from Ennis. Damn. Low blow from Ennis, man. I hope this is not how this fight ends. It's too much hype, too much money, too much everything involved with it right now. We cannot have this fight end like this. Damn. All right. Ennis looking good, man. Like everybody's expected. Everybody expected Ennis to look really, really good. So, like I said, people, this is going to be his coming out party, but we cannot start this like that. So, David is up.
Than David Avanesyan just did from a shot like that.
I'm happy that he's up, but that was a nasty low blow. Right? Boom.
Can't be absorbing shots like that to the groin. It's just too painful. You got to take your time. So Avanesyan's doing exactly what a veteran should do.
And Sean, all the time. Sean, you're right about the arm coming down and pulling him down. Obviously, Boots was looking for a short uppercut to the midsection. When that arm came over the top, it dropped his head, changed the trajectory completely of that punch.
And on top of that, we already know that Boots, he punches with a lot of intent. So that was a punch he was throwing to hurt. And it went low. I think that David was definitely hurt, and this time is needed.
Keep him up. All right. Time in.
All right, so we're back at it, David. That's what I'm talking about. Don't be just a low blow. I got to get me a cup of I'm talking about it right now.
They pressure fighters to get up after a painful
Ennis is being hella aggressive right now. Ennis is being hella aggressive right now.
The speed of Boots Ennis.
David looking like a deer in headlights right now. He doesn't know what to do. Too fast, too strong, too poised. Oh my goodness.
Explosiveness.
Boots Ennis fighting in his hometown for the first time.
Keep your eyes on the protect yourself at all times, Ennis. He took his eyes off him for a split second, and David took advantage of it. He didn't get a good punch in, but he knows that David is in it.
Good body work there from Boots.
All right. So let's get one thing straight. I would like to say this. Philadelphia birthed a lot of talent. Philadelphia birthed a lot of talent, from boxers to rappers to R&B artists. They birthed a lot of talent. So it's beyond to me that Philadelphia is in the condition that it is, man. Like they really birthed a lot of people, music, boxing, anything you name it. They did it. So that's for one. Ennis is looking like a sharp knife that's cutting through any and everything, titanium, vibranium, anything. You know what I'm saying? He's looking hella sharp right now. And David is looking like a deer in the headlights. So, all right, so David needs he needs this. If I could give him advice, if I'm sitting in his corner, relax, calm down. This is what we expect. This is what we came here for. So this is what you need to do. Try your best to time the shit. How do you beat speed? Timing. Accuracy. That's how you beat it. So you got to get your timing together, brother. And that's going forward and going backwards. Perfectly going forward.
If anything, just trying to show Boots.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, round number 2. And it's being hell of aggressive. And David is being himself. He's coming forward. He did just land a good shot on Ennis in the clinch. And they going
I
at
don't
it.
think there's anything you can do to get respect from Boots. Boots is he's a man that loves to be in control, and beyond that, he knows it's only a matter of time before he gets to him.
I mean, you think about it. Boots fought Roy Montvilla in his last fight.
Oh my
Villa
God!
Is a good puncher. He was basically a punching bag in that fight.
And right now, Avanesyan's a punching bag.
Yeah.
Vicious shots.
Avanesyan landed a right in there, but it was pretty much the Boots show for about 10 seconds.
Beautiful combinations by Boots Ennis. I mean,
Ennis get clipped.
He thinks of punching. He's already thinking of a counters.
Oh, this is a good fight right here.
Yeah.
Hella good fight.
Always on point.
Pick him up. Let's go. Avanesyan saying, man, how many more shots you want?
It's an expert counter puncher.
Ennis is retreating. He felt that shot. I said it. He's going to get clipped. But that's not the clip that I'm talking about. Just wait. It's coming.
I'm impressed with David trying to at least take the fight to Boots. An uppercut right there from David.
That's what I'm saying.
Only a 4-week
That's what I'm saying. So this is the thing. This is the thing, people. And it's just throwing a lot of punches. He's throwing a hell of a lot of punches. So you know what that means? The more punches you throw, the more open you become. And the more open you become, the chances of you getting clipped. He just got clipped again. He just clipped again.
Nice little right hand. That's a sneaky right hand.
Oh, he got clips again.
Between the shots.
Ennis is showing.
That's a shot that he's going to be throwing on the entire
I think
fight.
he just got buzzed a little bit.
Avanesyan's going to be punching in between the shots of Boots. He has no choice but to do that.
Tell you what, Sergio, you see the lower left side of David Avanesyan already red from the number of shots he's taken in that area.
All right, I think I got a game plan for David. I think I got a game plan for David, people. I think I got a game plan for David, at least for the next 2 rounds. I think I got a game plan. Just listen to me. We got 10 seconds left. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to break this down.
I got you. No punch on the break.
Nice right hand at the bell.
All right, so this is the game plan for David, right? Ennis has a bad habit. He got 31 fights in, so this is nothing new. Ennis has a bad habit of dropping his hands after he throws a punch. Meaning, if you go from body to head, this hand is going to come down. It's going to come down. So David is going to have to figure a way to counter that.
Sit down on your shot.
He's going to have to find a way to do that. So David is going to have to figure a way. He's going to have to figure a way out to do that. And I think he has a higher chance of doing this. So pretty much what he's going to have to do is punch after Jaron Ennis throws his final punch of his combination, because his hands is going to be there and his head might be there as well. So let's see.
David Avanesyan has landed a few good power shots, but not nearly as many as Boots.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what, Avanesyan has the right game plan. Right there, he punched with Boots, and that's.
I just said that.
You want to compete with the speed or the power or the technique, none of it. You're outmatched. But if you punch in between the shots, that's when you have a chance, and that's what Avanesyan is doing right now.
His body shots are impressive for Boots Ennis.
Oh my God, Ennis is turning it on.
Just every shot in the book, with technique, with torque, not falling off balance. I mean, this is a brilliant boxer, just a brilliant boxer to watch in Boots Ennis.
What you think, if anything, maybe some head movement? But then there's the roll,
Ladies and gentlemen, he just did it. He almost got clipped. It almost happened. All right, so David is pressing the issue, and this is on the ropes. And this clinches him, and he gets out the corner. That's good IQ, and then reset back in the middle of the ring.
In the last 27 months, this is his first fight in a year, so a little ring rust or a little shakiness.
I wouldn't say that. I just think this man loves to fight, and he doesn't need to pull back or totally defend against shots. He wants to go for the kill. He's always thinking offensively. He's not a defensive type fighter. It's offense first.
Yeah, this is ring rust. I'd hate to see what what are you guys talking about?
I don't think it's ring rust either. I think it's just a matter of time before he's able to get through to what David's presenting right now. But David is still there, and he's still putting up a fight.
David just looks so much smaller, doesn't he, Chris?
I mean,
Ennis just looked in the camera, and then none of the commentators just called it.
Here, Eddie Hearn and Boots talk about a move to 154, eventually 160, and even as high as 168.
Hey, listen, I believe it, because he has the height, he has the reach, the shoulders. I mean, he has a 74-inch reach. He can carry that.
Oh. Ennis going to have to get out the ropes. Even though he's comfortable there, he's going to have to get out the ropes.
Decision points win, not in the cards. It's knockout or bust here in front of this big crowd.
I could see him hurting Avanesyan with the body. I mean, we know Avanesyan can take it upstairs. Downstairs, on short notice, taking this fight, I think Boots Ennis should really concentrate on the body, really hurt him down here before you go open up upstairs.
My man just threw 3 uppercuts with the same hand. 2 to the head and then dug the 1 to the body.
So Jaron Ennis has to continue to be himself. Jaron Ennis has to do nothing but just continue to be himself. He's outworking him. He's outworking him. He's out thinking him right now. He's actually pressing the pace. And what David is going to have to do, he's going to have to realize this, and he's going to have to weather the storm. But this is what he doesn't need to do. Be a punching bag and just sit there and adore and it's just punching at him. So he's going to have to do something. So it's not bad yet, but he's going to have to do something. All right. So far, ladies and gentlemen, Ennis is in complete control, but I would like to know, can he keep this pace up for a long time? And we're going to find out.
How would you rate Avanesyan's performance so far, Sean?
You know, I thought he's come in with way more than I expected him to. I actually had some feelings that he might come in here ready to lay down. But he's fighting. I mean, we're in the 4th round now, and he's still going into the fight.
I think he's doing better than I expected, honestly. I mean, he took this fight on 4 weeks' notice. He's in there against one of the most gifted and athletic punchers in boxing. I think he's hanging in there. He's throwing the right shots. He has the right strategy, Avanesyan.
Yeah, I actually didn't think we'd see the 4th round.
Blood pouring out of the nose now of Avanesyan as the power punches pile up from Boots.
Good shot going around the guard of Avanesyan, who's staying in that southpaw stance.
Ooh, David clearly has a strong body, and by keeping his hands at home the way that he is, he's definitely keeping himself safer than I thought he would be able to.
You know, Avanesyan right now, mouth wide open as he's coming in on Boots Ennis.
Boots was setting up that uppercut, just missed.
David, good jab.
Jab is always on target.
David is slowly withering away at the output production of Ennis. He has to do something. He has to count. There you go. He has to give him something. Just like Dobson versus Hackett. You have to. Good punch for
going down the middle. He already softened up that body, open up the arms and the gloves of Avanesyan. Look for body shots.
David is pressing back.
You know, Chris, another talking point for this fight was the fact that it took Bud Crawford 6 rounds to finish Avanesyan.
David is pressing back.
You know, Chris, another.
But Aegis Kapelaskas needed 6 rounds.
I like this, man. I'm a fan of inside fighting, and I feel like that's a lost art in boxing. Well, it's not a lost art. It's a diminishing art.
He's been in 35 pro bouts. How much does Avanesyan's body have left in it? How many more punches can it absorb?
Ooh.
Boots Ennis just missed a big right uppercut right now. Both of them exchanging shots. He just barely missed.
Oh, my God.
And downstairs, look at the hand speed from Boots.
David is withering away, people.
Looks like some swelling on the left side of the jaw of Avanesyan as well. Maybe that's why his mouth is open, Chris.
Listen, David is a man who's fighting right now. He's fighting. That round may have took the last fight out of a David. He's now becoming a man who's on a mission to survive. And that's one of the safest things you can do in boxing. A lot of people look at it as bad, but some people have the entire mindset like, I'm gonna come into this fight and survive, and they actually make it way more difficult for the opposing fighter to finish him off. David is slowly withering away for the onslaught of punches that Ennis is producing. He's slowly withering away at the sheer output and accuracy of Ennis right now. He is withering away before my very eyes right now, and he's slowly becoming a man who's going to try his best to survive. So we're going to go from there. We're going to keep it going. All right, top of the 5th round. Ennis versus David. Ennis in complete control right now. David is trying.
76ers and the Philadelphia
Flyers. Good clip.
Avanesyan lands a right hand. Let's check it with Chris Mannix.
Bozy.
Oh, Ennis slips and fall. But this video I'm finna get ready to make. This video I'm finna get ready to make about Ennis is finna be very controversial. A lot of people ain't gonna like it. And just understand that it's all pure analysts. That's it.
From Avanesyan.
Avanesyan, good fighter.
Thanks, Bozy.
Hey, Avanesyan looking really good here in this round so far. Best round of the fight for him.
Yes, he is. He caught Boots getting a little too comfortable against the ropes, pulling back with his chin.
He has to stay out the ropes, like I said.
Boots is so athletic.
Had to stay out the ropes.
Oh, nice up.
Good uppercut for Ennis. I'm sorry, from David.
Boots did a few seconds ago.
Big uppercut there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if anything, a critique for Boots. He's too long, like that right there. Finish punching, and he just stays there a little too long. He's not always in that mode, but when you're having your way with somebody, you can touch them whenever you want. You get a little lackadaisical at times, and you forget that they can still punch back. Good body shot.
Tell you what, Avanesyan landed 2 uppercuts on the inside.
Avanesyan's grinding, ending.
Yes, he is.
Got to. This is, I always like to say, this kind of aggressive.
I'm not gonna lie. If David is still here at the 6, it's gonna get extremely difficult for Ennis. Mark my words on that.
The sporadic offense that he has, it's enough to keep Boots at bay as well.
Hey, listen, that's a great point, Sean. But look, the thing about
David is pushing. Oh, good knockdown for Ennis.
Landed by Avanesyan, the counter shot.
David goes down. David goes down. What's it say? Down goes Frazier. Down goes David. Down goes Frazier. Down goes David. All right, let's see if Ennis can finish it off.
That's what that's called.
The crowd sensing something's about to happen big. They're all on
Oh, my
feet.
God.
Boots letting his hands go.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
those are brutal shots right there. The uppercuts, the hooks, the body shot. Not forgetting about the body is Boots.
I'm honestly surprised that Avanesyan hasn't taken a knee for these body shots.
Oh, my God. Triple.
Thumping body shots.
Oh, my
It's like
God.
an old, tough piece of leather is Avanesyan.
I love this. Jaron Ennis he reminds me of a throwback fighter. If you know anything about throwback fighters, they are relentless. They don't give a damn who you are. It could be your own cousin, brother. Your exception would probably be only your mother.
So Avanesyan goes.
Man, good rounds. David was doing good for the first minute, and Ennis slowly started to take upon. But this, and they really gonna have to take a really good look at David because his mouth is not closing. He probably have a fractured jaw. He probably have a broken jaw. He cannot bite down. Oh, they calling it off.
And they've stopped it in the corner. Enough is enough. And Jaron Boots Ennis has stopped.
I said about 6th or 7th round.
In his return to Philadelphia.
That was a one-sided Philly beatdown.
It was.
Ennis, man, just digging and ripping the body shots, coming around the guard, the uppercut.
Wow. Ennis put on a shutout. This fight within itself is putting the whole division on notice. Everybody is on notice right now.
A whole lot of everything. Speed, power, quickness. The defense was lagging a little bit. I get it. You're having your way with somebody. But, man, at the end of the day, David Avanesyan took a beating. Round after round, weathered some storms, tried to come back, made it a fight. I think that this is another thing that people want to see when they watch a boxing match. They didn't want to see David come in here and just lay down. They want to see Boots get challenged. Boots was challenged by somebody that could take a punch. It took Boots into almost the 6th round.
And we've seen him get hit. He got hit with some shots by Avanesyan as well. That head bounced back. I mean, normally you're not supposed to get hit shots like that by bigger punches. But credit to Avanesyan taking this fight on short notice. But Boots did his thing.
You can tell the crowd a little disappointed. They wanted to see that highlight reel knockout. But the corner of David Avanesyan has said, hey, enough is enough. The beating has been brutal.
Yeah, that body shot right in the breadbasket. Yeah, left hand right there. The whole left side of Avanesyan's chin is swollen, but it's the right side that put him down, just clean on the chin.
Man. All right. So it took Terrence Crawford how many rounds? Because this is the measuring tool. I hate to say it like this, but the guy he fought is the measuring tool next to the great ones of like Terrence Crawford. So the question becomes, when did Terrence Crawford get it done? Did he say the 6th round? Okay, and he got it done in the 6th round, 2 minutes and 14 seconds. So I'm very intrigued to see how they're gonna do this. So quit on this dude in the 6th round or finish at the 5th round.
Well, 1 week from tonight, Jake Paul back in action, this time facing bare-knuckle fighter and former UFC fighter Mike Perry in an 8-round cruiserweight battle in Tampa, Florida. You can buy it now on DAZN.com. David Diamante here to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Eric Daly calls a halt to this contest on advice of the ringside physician at the end of round number 5. Declaring your winner by TKO, he's still undefeated and still the IBF welterweight champion of the world, Jaron Boots Ellis.
Extremely, extremely impressive. But he does have some things he has to work out.
Boots 32-0 with 29 knockouts.
In times like this, I'm so glad that I fought in like much heavier weight classes like cruiserweight, light heavyweight, because this guy is...
He's just a sniper and a vicious puncher. I mean, the chip on his shoulder is there, and he's always looking for the big shots. I mean, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, so I think he did an excellent job. But this video that I'm gonna make is a little bit. It's nothing hating about it, because the last thing I want to do is hate on another fighter, and most importantly, another black man. But I do see him fighting more. Wait. What was David?
Sometimes that means actually being there, staying there, and allowing the other guy to feel like they're in a position to punch. And that's how he got the job done.
Let's go into the ring now, and Chris Mannix.
Well, Boots, congratulations. You get the win. You stay undefeated. Your first fight in Philadelphia in about 6 years, but it didn't look like you were all that happy with that performance.
I felt good. I felt off a little bit. I didn't think I was going to have no ring rust because I'd be in the gym 24/7, but I did feel a little off. But that's okay. You know, I got the job done, and I appreciate everybody coming out to support me tonight. Shout out to Philly. I appreciate y'all. Philly, DC, New York, you know, the whole tri-state area, the whole West Coast, everybody that came out and supported me. I appreciate y'all. And shout out to Brickyard, baby. You already know how we carry it.
You have been off for just about a year. How did that ring rust, how did it show itself tonight?
Just my time. I feel like my time was a little off. I don't know. I don't know why I came in here thinking that my time wasn't gonna be off. Because I thought my time was going. I didn't think my time was gonna be off because I was in the gym, like I said. But you know, it's okay. You know, I feel good. I'm in shape. You know, I could have went 15 rounds. It was easy. You know?
You did have an opponent that took a lot of punishment in this fight, in David Avanesyan. You finally got to him in that 5th round through that right hand. What were you looking for towards the end?
No, just keep pressing him, keep pushing him back. I knew I was too strong for him. And,
wow.
Should listen to my corner a little more, jab a little more, go to that body a little more angles. You know, stop standing in front. I just, you know, it's okay. You know, everything will be great.
You were preparing for a very different fighter in Cody Crowley, who had to step out about a month ago. Did the change, you think, affect you at all?
Nah, the change didn't affect me at all. You know, like I always say, we prepare all the way around the board. We have pressure fighters, southpaws, orthodox, tall, short, no matter. We have everybody in camp. for that, so it don't really matter.
You defend that piece of the welterweight title. There are unification fights out there for you. There's also Terrence Crawford, who Eddie Hearn says he wants to make that fight if Crawford wins on August 3rd. What's your preference?
Most definitely, let's make it happen, you know. That's what I want. You know, I want the big names. You know, Terrence Crawford, anybody else in that weight that got a big name, let's get it. Let's make it happen.
This was your first fight back in Philadelphia in 6 years. More than 14,000 fans here in Wells Fargo tonight for you, and they showed out for you on your fight night. How did it feel being back home?
It felt phenomenal. You know, last time I fought at home was a sold-out event. You know, this one, I did it again. You know, and I appreciate everybody that came out once again. You know, everybody came out to support. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm gonna keep putting on beautiful shows. Next fight, I'm gonna be even better. Just keep tuning in, keep coming to support me. I'm gonna keep bringing them knockouts home.
I think we'll be back here for sure. Congratulations, Boots.
Most definitely. I want to thank my team, my dad, my brothers, you know, my mom, you know, my whole family, Elle, Sean, the whole team, you know, and I want to thank Eddie Hearns, you know, appreciate you. Bring me along with the team, you know. Shout out to Boost Promotion. Shout out to my two young guys that fought tonight, Ismail Muhammad and Dennis Thompson. They put on a beautiful show. Shout out to Christian Carter, my whole team, and everybody got the dubs tonight. I appreciate y'all.
I think Eddie's happy that you're on his team right now. Eddie, we'll turn to you. You said you wanted to see a great performance from Boots Ennis. What did you see tonight?
Well, firstly, I want to thank everyone in Philadelphia. That was an incredible spectacle to see. The first ever fight at Wells Fargo. And you got a family here that are ingrained in the city of Philadelphia. Bozy Ennis, Boots' dad, just turned around to me and said, I can't believe how many people are in here tonight. They're great people. And if he thinks that performance was off, well, the world of boxing better be very, very afraid.
Right.
Because that was Boots Ennis, 1 year out, dismantling a world-class fighter with ease in there, having fun, doing what he does. And the future for Boots Ennis is the future of boxing. That's what this young man is. He's very humble.
He's definitely
you never hear him say too
future
much.
of boxing.
I'll say it. I think he beats everyone. I think this is a special fighter that needs to be tested against the best in the world, and that's our job now. Activity is key. Too many of these great young fighters are too inactive. We must get him back out October, November. We'd love to return to Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
We've got to bring the bigger fights here, the unification fights. He's going to be around for a long time.
All right, so what are your phone calls on Monday morning? You got 3 other champions out there, none with fights scheduled. You've also got Bud Crawford coming up against Madrimov in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, look, the plan is unifications. Before he moves to 54, which is inevitable at some point, we want to unify the division. Marios Barrios, Stanionis, any of these guys. You know, for me, I think Madrimov's going to beat Crawford. But if not, I would love to see Jaron Ennis against Crawford. I think he beats him. I think it's the biggest fight in boxing. But that's in time. We've got to build, we've got to be active, and we've got to try and capture these belts.
You were due a successful homecoming, Eddie. Congratulations. Guys, we'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, in reference to...
All right, we're going to make this switch over to UFC. But listen, as Eddie Hearns just brilliantly stated, if this was an off night for Ennis, I would hate to see a night where he's on par. Now, listen to me. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say this. Ennis beats Crawford. Ennis beats Crawford. And he beats him convincingly. Now, I know people will say, but Crawford this and Crawford that. People need to understand. Ennis, what I witnessed tonight with Ennis, he threw with so much viciousness. He threw everything with poise. Like, he has to get a home run with this. And he didn't do that for round 1, round 2 in coast. He did that from round 1 all the way up into the stoppage, which is the 6th round, which is sharpness, speed, aggression. Now, I would say this. I think Terrence Crawford probably has IQ over Ennis. But everything else is just pretty much down there identical. Switch hitter. But this is why I got Ennis edging Terrence Crawford. Output. And this is what happened when you're not accustomed to throwing as many punches as your opponent. You know what I'm saying? That will drain you much quicker because you're trying to keep up to the output. So keep in mind, you're going to be fighting this particular guy. You're going to be fighting him. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to try to match him in his output, and that's not your cup of tea. That's not your that's not how the way you fight. So now you're faced with a dilemma. Do you try your best to match this guy? Do you try to counterpunch him, or do you try to win, honestly? So nevertheless, it is gets it done, but this video I'm going to make of him is going to be purely a fan perspective, and not only a fan perspective, but just from a former fighter, because I don't fight no more. I don't got time to be going to get punched in the face. I want to make some easy money. I don't want to have to get beat up to make a decent living. All right. So now we're switching over to UFC.
What are you doing?
Too far, man. How do you sleep at night?
On a mattress from Mattress, a fleet expert matches you against my very annual budget. So I sleep.
Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night.
Take on the day. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. And for those with psoriatic arthritis,
I'm sorry, I like to look at my videos for critique.
about infection symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
Welcome back. You're looking at the fan favorite Drew Dober, who is no stranger to a post-fight bonus, whether it's a fight of the night or a performance of the night. It's tied for most knockouts of UFC lightweight history with 9, tied with one Dustin Poirier. Always bringing the pain. He's got experience. He's making his 24th UFC appearance. It's a big life moment for him. His last fight in his home city of Denver was the fight before he got his UFC contract. New to the scene is Jan Silva, 2-0 in his first 2 UFC appearances. Both came this year after he punched his ticket to the big show on Dana White's Contender Series last September. Fought just 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas. Got it done in impressive fashion against Charles Jourdain. He's going to turn it around quickly and spoil the party of the local on the other side. Here's your tail of the tape. You can't miss action at lightweight. Drew Dober, 8 years older than the Brazilian Silva. Dober 1 inch taller at 5'8", 1 inch in reach. Odds makers see it as a coin flip. Here's Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with the next fight tonight. 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a striker standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. Official weight, 155 pounds. As a professional in 15 fights, his record stands at 13 victories with 2 defeats. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Here is Jaron Lord Silva. And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. A freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in officially 155 pounds, and this veteran holds a record of 27 victories, 13 defeats, with 1 no contest. Originally from Omaha, Nebraska, fighting out of Denver, Colorado. Here is Drew Dober! And your referee in charge, Herb Dean.
First assignment inside the octagon tonight for the veteran referee Herb Dean. Crowd is hyped for Drew Dober. He figures to return the favor to everybody who came to watch him.
Ready. Let's do it.
All right, UFC. We're switching over to UFC. Boxing is excellent, great. We're going to do it.
A lot of respect shown, but now powerful strikes figure to be thrown.
One of the things that Dober said is, I get to mix in my offensive wrestling in this matchup. He thinks he saw some holes against Jourdain and John, where Jourdain was able to take John down. Dober says, I can show off some of my offensive wrestling too, and that can help me with my defense.
Silva normally fights at featherweight, but since he wanted to turn it around 2 weeks after his last appearance in Las Vegas, he fights up a weight class tonight at 155.
Going to want to use his speed against Dober and his movement.
Oh, body kick draws a reaction early.
Because when Dober touches you, you usually go down and you feel it. He hits hard.
All right, so we're into UFC now. I want to see if I had to change my watch.
Oh, nice inside kick as well.
Oh!
Big shots from Silva. Could see the speed from Silva there. That's what he's going to want to use.
Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream right here, man. I appreciate the 8 viewers, and we're going to keep it going. Until next time, y'all be safe.